What's up, fight fans? This is Kirk DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Gervonta Tank Davis. Get this, Gervonta Davis names next target after knocking out Frank Martin to retain the WBA lightweight title, okay? And during his post-fight press conference, Tank then revealed who he was willing to fight next. He said, beginning with IBF champion Vasily Lomachenko, after reports that the pair are already in negotiations for a bout later this year. And he said, for sure, I'm willing to fight all of them. My prediction against Loma, ass whooping time. Those are the words of Gervonta Tank Davis, and let me counterpunch. These promoters, they call it the waiting game. They call it smart matchmaking. And this fight between Tank and Loma, me personally, Loma would do what Loma does. Loma is an aging, great fighter. Okay, a lot of people thought he was overhyped or overrated or whatever, but the man had skills. You know, and he's a smaller guy because he came from, 126 to 130 to 135. So he's been through a few weight classes. And on the way through 130, about 6 years ago, Tank was the guy at 130. Tank was where Shakur Stevenson is now. Okay, he was there. And understand this about Lomachenko and Tank. Tank was younger. Tank was, if he's 29 now, that put him at like 23, 22, 23. And it showed you how disinterested he was in fighting him. And really, he didn't have a voice, to be fair. But Floyd did not want that fight. Loma called out Tank Davis at age 23 for a fight with Tank Davis, where I think Loma was probably 29 or 30 himself, right? Because I think he's 35, 36 now. So, yeah, it was a while back. But, Loma was a lot fresher. That was 6 years ago, Loma. Okay, and fighting someone like Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis has always been strong. He's been tough, but I don't think that he would deal with Gervonta Tank Davis. Or I don't think Gervonta Tank Davis would deal with Lomachenko at all. I think he would have got destroyed. You know what I mean? He would have made him quit with the punching output that he had. And Floyd, Money Mayweather knew it. He knew, like, look, I'm not putting Loma in there now, and Loma is on the top of his game, and he's putting all these guys to shame. He made 4 guys quit. Lomachenko, they used to call this guy. And then, Gervonta really didn't have much to say. But again, to his defense, he really didn't feel that he had enough, whatever the hell, courage or whatever, to speak for himself. Floyd did all the talking for Gervonta. Gervonta would try to say something on his own by subliminally putting messages on Twitter. If you guys can remember, he used to do that, and then he would erase them, which is chicken shit, honestly. But nonetheless, he didn't want Lomachenko. He just wanted him as he got beat a couple times by guys that he beat. Right? Is that right? No, not at all. He never fought anybody that Loma fought except for the Puerto Rican fighter, and he's washed up right now. I can't remember his name. But anyway, him wanting to fight Loma now, I just think it's just too convenient. Why would you want to fight a 36-year-old fighter when you could have fought him 6 years ago? In a weight class that both of you guys, Loma has been in 135 for how long now? And it just shows you that how they protected him. He's fighting guys like Frank Martin. And what did Frank do? Frank beat this dude. He kicked his ass for 6 rounds. He outboxed him basically for 6 rounds. And then he gets caught. Sure, Tank has that power, but the only thing that he would have against Lomachenko in the past would have been power. Versus everything else that Loma possesses. Another southpaw, mind you. And I think Gervonta has his plate full when it comes to southpaws. I think that's his main challenge. Someone on the equal stance as him, a southpaw. Now, I don't know if he would knock out Loma, but if he did, what credit would you give or what pleasure would you take from fighting someone that you know that's past their prime? Sure, they still look good. They still look decent, but they ain't great. They're not how they once were at all. Lomachenko, I've seen and watched this man over the last 4 years. And I watched him, and I've seen him gradually slow down from his pivot movements, from his stances, from his speed, and a lot of things. Yeah, he's still doing that, but you can tell he's not the same guy he used to be. He wasn't that same guy. You know, and this matchmaking shit that they're doing, it's strategic. So, you know, wait till that guy, age him out, then fight him. They did the same thing Luis Ortiz with Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder should have fought Luis Ortiz 2 years before he actually fought him. He fought him in 2018. He should have fought him in 16. That would have been Wilder's ass, possibly. You know, if he couldn't land that right hand cannon. Okay? But Luis Ortiz, you know, showed, and he got old overnight. Look at the Charles Martin fight. You know, and especially the second Wilder fight. I mean, when you're older like that, you can't take much punishment. You can't take that type of punch, damage, violence. You can't take that. And him saying, yeah, I'll kick his ass for sure, but that's like little too late, you know? Too little too late, pretty much. Because again, yeah, I could see that fight being made, but the question you ask yourself is, why the hell now? And I think we all know the reason and the answer to that. But yeah, he's favored to beat Loma now. But like, time destroys everyone. Father Time will defeat every person eventually. You know? And I don't think it's cool. I think he should have done what Teofimo Lopez did. When he was 23 years of age, he fought Lomachenko. That's why Teo has more respect in my book than Gervonta. I just think when Teo beat Loma, everything went to his head, and he became like a self-centered jerk for a while. And then he had to get humbled his very next fucking fight against Cambosos and made Cambosos a star, which he called himself the Emperor and all that. And then he got beat by Devin Haney a couple times. So, you know, so everybody really pretty much got it. Okay, even Devin. But you guys tell me what you think of Gervonta Tank Davis calling out already in negotiations with Vasily Lomachenko. Of course,